Hassiter's partner, Bradman, got his century after nearly 4 hours at the wicket with a boundary off Betzer. It was the great man's 18th Test match 100 against England. There was tremendous applause as he came in at the close of play.
The Headingley ground was packed for the 4th Test, in spite of the fact that the question of the Ashes was already settled. England took the field after scoring 496, and early successes rewarded our bowlers. Here's Hassett, caught crap, bowled Pollard 13. And Bradman, clean bowled by Pollard for 33. But Australia's youngest player, Harvey, came to the rescue. Not only was he playing in his first Test over here at the age of 19, he also made a century.
Australia needed 404 runs to win in less than a day. A 301-run partnership between Morris and Bradman won the match for Australia with 12 minutes to spare.
Lindwall, 6 for 20, bowls Young for 0. England's record low total was naturally a sensation, but it was not the only surprise of the match.
We might have had a second innings. And so I was not aware that it was going to be my last innings. Neither was I aware at that stage that I only wanted 4 runs to have a Test match average of 100. And it was a pretty emotional occasion because Yardley called all his fieldsmen around and they all gave me 3 cheers before I took block.
Enter Don Bradman, who got a great ovation. Then a special cheer on the field. Well, it isn't often you get a big hand when you make a duck, but this was different.
I was a trifle unlucky in the sense that I played at the ball and actually hit it on the inside edge of the bat and pulled it onto the stumps. But I think if I'd taken a little bit more care, I might have got away with it. But that's one of the things that happens in the game of cricket.
On that dull Wednesday morning, the incomparable Don Bradman came out of the Oval for the last time as captain in a Test match. The end came quickly. Eric Hollis had a go at one from Johnston and was caught by Morris. England were beaten by an innings and 149 runs.
Yes, it was a sad story for England, but there were very bright scenes at the Oval where everything was forgotten for the moment except the importance of paying tribute to Don Bradman. It must have been almost embarrassing for that great cricketer, but it must have been a very happy moment too. Yardley, who has described Don as the greatest cricketer of all time, called on the crowd to give him 3 special cheers, which they did with a will.
I think there comes a time in every man's life, irrespective of whether he may still be good enough to carry on or not, that he should make way for a younger man. I feel that in my own case, and I think I'm probably the best judge of the many little creaks and groans that go on in my joints throughout the day, especially when we're out in the field. And I'm quite sure I shall have no regrets at all in having to sit in the pavilion and watch the other fellows. However, I do trust that in some other capacity I may be able to serve this wonderful game for many years to come.
Farewell to the stage on which he'd been the star for 20 years. Back home, back to his family, to John and Shirley and his wife.
It was a bit sad to say, well, that's the end of my career as a player. And at that time, I never had any intention at all of playing another cricket match. The fact that I did play again was brought about because They